using the protein conditioner, and this is also by Pure Organics. This actually came with the shampoo, and this is called their Deep Penetrating Reconstructor. And it has aloe and silk proteins in it, so this will be good for a protein wash. So pretty simple, same application process. Just gonna take down a twist, take a little bit of the conditioner, and this is pretty thick. This is actually my first time using it. And just going to apply this from the ends up. Okay, and this is why I made the smaller sections, because now I'm going to finger detangle as thoroughly as possible. When you're finger detangling, you want to use your thumb and start at the root and slide down. When you're detangling with a comb, you want to do the opposite. You usually start at the ends, but when you're finger detangling, it's important to make sure that the roots are completely tangle free, and you're not going to break your hair off because you're using your fingers and you can feel if you're getting resistance. So just start using your thumb. I'm going to start as close to the front as possible, gently separating. And you're just taking a few strands at a time. You don't want to take too big of a chunk because then you're not going to thoroughly detangle. And if you're not getting enough slip, like I'm noticing I don't have enough right there, so I'm just going to take a little bit more of the conditioner and just get it right in there. See, now I did this first part of the section already, so if I did a good job, I should be able to get my hand through it fairly easily without too much trouble. Yeah, so there's like a little bit of resistance, but you can see that I'm getting my hand through it. So that means I did a thorough finger detangling. So I'm going to continue doing this process throughout the rest of my head, and so each time just applying the conditioner to each twist and begin finger detangling, and just doing a run-through test to make sure that I did a good job. Finger detangled with the conditioner in my hair. Definitely the longest part of the process. The bottle directions say to leave this on for 5 minutes. However, it's been longer than that, maybe half an hour, just because it took me that amount of time to finger detangle. So I'm going to just rinse my entire head now, leaving the twist in. All rinsed out now. I rinsed my head completely with the twist in. And then what I did to follow up after I thoroughly rinsed the twist, I added some moisturizing conditioner to my twists without taking the twist out. Just rubbed them all over, saturated the hair really well, and then rinsed again with really, really cold water. And that made my hair really soft. So it's important after you rinse out conditioner to use cold water to close your cuticles, and that's what's going to give you that nice soft feeling after you wash your hair. So I'm going to get started with the detangling process now. I already finger detangled my hair when I had the rinse out conditioner in, but now I want to get a more thorough detangling with my shower comb and my fine tooth comb and my detangling brush. So during this process, I'm also going to be sealing in my moisture, so I'm going to be using a few different products, and I'll explain how each of them work as we go. Okay, I already have this side of my head detangled and moisturized and sealed, so I'm just going to show you what the process is. Because it's been a little while now, my hair is starting to dry, which makes it a little bit harder to detangle. So I'm taking my bottle. This has water and coconut oil in it. Just going to mist it a little bit to get it wet again. Okay, nice and wet. So the first product I'm going to use is Shea Moisture Mist. And this is their thickening moisture mist, and this contains wheat protein. So I'm going to just spray this on the hair, turn the ends, and then just, no real rhyme or reason to that, just spray it on. Okay, work that on there. And now I'm going to use Shea Moisture's Deep Treatment Mask. I usually use it as a leave-in, so I'm just going to be using a little bit of it. and applying it to the ends first, and then working my way up. And this gives me a nice slip. Okay, and then the last step, I'm going to be taking this, and this bottle has extra virgin olive oil and castor oil. And I'm going to be applying this to my ends and working it up a little bit. When you do use castor oil on your hair, you don't want to go too many days without washing, because castor oil is a really good sealant, but when it does also block moisture from being added to your hair. So this is going to really help me to seal in the moisture, but also I don't want it to stay on there for too long. Okay, so I have all the products on. Now I'm going to be taking my shower comb. You can use any wide tooth comb that you own. Just want to make sure that you have a nice big gap between all of the teeth. And this should be pretty easy since I already finger detangled really thoroughly. This should go through pretty easily without any problems. And just starting at the end, working up. When you come to a little thing, you're just gonna pick at it like this. So there's one right here, so I'm just gonna go underneath it and pick it out. Another one, so I'm just gonna go from the bottom and pick it out. And I remember as a little kid when I was trying to do my own hair that I would never detangle my roots thoroughly. So if you're newly natural, that's something you have to make sure that you do. It's very important if you're going to be styling your hair and you really want to make sure your hair is thoroughly detangled. You have to get it from the root. Otherwise, you're going to have loose ends, but then you're going to have almost dreadlocks at your roots. Okay, so that's done. So then you can either take a fine tooth comb. I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in with my detangling brush. This is, I think it's either Conair or Goody that makes this. It's like a little travel size brush. You can also use a Denman brush, whatever you have. And I'm just going to start from the bottom. My hair is drying so fast, it's ridiculous. Just spray it a little bit. Now it's going through pretty easily. And this is what I've done on all of my twisted sections. So you just want to make sure that you get from the root and that the comb and the brush can get through smoothly from root to tip. And then you have it really thoroughly detangled. Okay, and because we didn't really have any tangles in here from finger detangling, it prevents the hair from getting caught up in itself and potentially breaking. So this is really good if your hair is prone to tangles and prone to breakage. You have fragile hair like me. This is a really good method to use. It took me a long time to figure it out, but I finally did crack the code, and this works really well for me. So then I just twist it back up, and I'm going to leave these twists in until my hair dries. I am going to be going out, so I'm going to be styling these twists, but I'm going to continue to repeat this process. And there you go. So all of my hair is completely twisted and detangled, so now I can pretty much do whatever I want with my hair.